All right, if you're an international student dreaming of studying in Australia, you're in the right place. We are going to break down the single most important step in your journey, the online application for the Subclass 500 student visa. Seriously, getting this right is everything. So let's jump right in. So you're at that point, right? It's exciting, maybe a little bit nerve-wracking. You've got your course picked out, you have your confirmation of enrollment in hand, and now it's time to make it official with the Australian government. This is where the dream really starts to take shape. And this slide right here is exactly why we're doing this. The Department of Home Affairs couldn't be clearer. Your application has to be decision ready, complete. Because if it's not, you're not just looking at delays, you could be facing an outright refusal. And we are going to make sure that does not happen to you. Okay, let's start at the very beginning. There are two big questions you've got to answer before you even think about logging in. First, where are you applying from? And second, if you're already in Australia, when can you actually apply? The rules here are super specific. Now, the good news is the whole thing is online, which is great, and you can do it whether you're in your home country or you're already here in Australia. But that's pretty much where the simplicity ends. The details, especially for those of you applying from inside Australia, get really important really fast. So for anyone applying from onshore, timing is absolutely critical. You can't just apply whenever you feel like it. You either need to be holding what's called a substantive visa, which is basically any visa that isn't just a short-term bridging visa, or you have to apply within this really tight time frame after certain other visas run out. And that time frame is just 28 days. That is not a suggestion, it's a hard deadline. If you miss that window, that's it. You've lost your chance to apply from within Australia. So what's the takeaway? You need to have everything ready to go before that 28-day clock even starts ticking. But, even if your timing is perfect, the kind of visa you have right now is just as important. The government has a specific list of visas that basically act like a big red light, stopping you from applying onshore. Let's find out if you're holding one. Okay, so this next part is a really important self-check. I want you to look closely. If the visa you're on right now is on this list we're about to see, you cannot lodge a student visa application while you are in Australia. You'll have to apply from offshore. Here is the first part of that list. Go ahead and pause if you need to and check it carefully. As you can see, there are some really common ones on here. Like if you're here on a standard visitor visa, the Subclass 600, then you've got to apply from outside the country. No way around it. And the list continues with some more specific visas. The key thing to see here is how much the little details matter. Take a look at that diplomatic visa. This rule only applies to the main visa holder. If you're a family member on that same visa, you can apply. See? Details like that are absolutely everything. Okay, so you've checked the timing, you've checked your current visa, and you've confirmed you're eligible to apply. Fantastic! Now let's get into the fun part, the actual process inside the government's online portal, which is called ImmiAccount. It's really just 3 clear, straightforward steps. The process itself is pretty logical. Step 1, you get into the system. Step 2, you upload all your documents, and this is where having that decision-ready application really pays off. And then step 3, you pay the fee. Sounds simple, right? Well, that last step is the one that makes it all official. And you really have to get this. Your application doesn't even exist in the system until that payment goes through. It's not just for you either. If you're including your family, you have to pay for everyone all at once. Only after that payment is complete is your application officially considered lodged. All right, before we wrap this up, we have to talk about a few final but absolutely critical rules. These are the spots where people can make some serious and sometimes irreversible mistakes. Getting these wrong can put not just this application at risk, but maybe future ones too. This is the golden rule, and it comes straight from the Department of Home Affairs. It might sound obvious, but listen, any information that's found to be false or misleading can have some really severe consequences. Being honest and accurate from start to finish is completely non-negotiable. Now, let's talk about a mistake with family members that happens way too often, and it's heartbreaking. If your child is on your application, but they turn 18 before a decision is made on your visa, they can't be granted the visa as your dependent. They'll have to go and lodge their own separate application. So timing is absolutely crucial. And here's another very specific family situation. Let's say you're already in Australia on your student visa, and your kids are going to join you later, but without their other parent. You can't just group them together on one application. Each child needs their very own application and their own fee. So we end up right back where we started. After all of these steps, these rules, and these warnings, I want you to ask yourself this one question. Look at your pile of documents, think about your timing, and double-check all those eligibility rules. Is your application truly decision-ready? Making sure the answer to that is a confident yes is the absolute best thing you can do for your study adventure in Australia.